Hey guys, welcome back to the Cricket Exchange. It's been a long gap since we last posted any content, and we're back here to talk about something which matters the most to us, cricket. And don't be surprised by the color of my t-shirt. That is the state of the mind of a lot of Indian cricket fans. A lot of anger, a lot of disappointment about the recent 0-3 historic whitewash against the Kiwis at home. But don't worry, today we're not going to be talking about that. I mean, we will talk about it, but we want to look forward and talk about the upcoming exciting Border Gavaskar Trophy in Australia, the 5 Test series coming up. And to keep things very simple, we've looked at 5 things which the Indian team should ideally do. And it's like sort of a wish list. We've kept it fairly non-technical because the experts are going to give you all sorts of do's and don'ts about what India should do. So let's jump straight into these 5 things. Item number 1 is bat 25. Yes, it's very simple. Our top 3 openers and number 3 Gill most likely have to bat out 25 overs at a minimum. And why is that so? We know that in Australia and generally when we tour in the Sena countries, we've seen that an early loss of wicket can very quickly take us to a 3 down, 4 down, right? 18 for 4, 32 for 5 sort of scenario. And if you followed the recent India A versus Australia A series, you've seen that happens. It happens that both teams have lost 2 wickets very early. But if the openers and the number 3 are able to stem the rot and just limit the damage to just perhaps 1 or 2 wickets and kind of stretch that till the 25th over mark, that allows a perfect entry point for the likes of Virat Kohli, Rishabh Pant and others to get in and then start dominating, right? So that's the first one. Bat 25, don't lose wickets in a cluster. Number 2, and my most favorite one, is stay away. No, I don't mean that Indian fans should stay away from the series or the Indian team should not Indian team should stay away from the pitch. I'm talking about batting. And if you've noticed in the recent India-New Zealand series, a lot of time our batsmen tend to get into position where they have no choice. Either they have to play, and if they miss, they either LBW or they're bowled, or sometimes they edge to the slips. And Australia is perfect for such conditions, right? Where our batsmen are going to get into positions where the likes of Cummins, Hazelwood, Stark are definitely going to get them LBW, bowled or caught to the slips. So I think what the batsmen need to do is somehow figure ways out to only play those balls where they are going to get runs or singles and completely stay away from deliveries where the chances of them getting out are high. Very simple, right? No, it's not very simple. I think other than Pujara in the last couple of Australia series, very few batsmen have actually managed to do that, batsmen in the top 3. So if the Indian team needs to take inspiration, look at what Pujara did. Leave the ball. If you can't leave the ball, take it on your body if required. But stay away from those dangerous deliveries outside the corridor, right? That's item number 2. Number 3 essentially is kill the tail. We know that Australia has a very strong lower middle order. People like Cummins, Stark, Nathan Lyon are very effective batsmen. So you will see that if our bowlers get them 4 or 5 down for 150 odd, that can very quickly become a 300 for 7, right? Australian lower order has that capability. So I think we have to kill the tail and don't let them wag it. And the 4th point is about taking all catches. Again, it's not only applicable for BGT, but it's for all series. But given how tough Australian batsmen are, it's important that we don't give them any lives. If there's one positive that we've taken from the India-New Zealand series, it's the catching. We saw that we took most of the catches, and now with sort of a younger slip cordon, including Jaiswal, Gill and Kohli at his regular position, our slip catching has become a lot decent. So if we are able to kind of hold on to our catches and not give any lives, we should be able to do well. And the last one, my personal favorite, take panga. Yes, I think we've done enough of this, being the nice guys, being global ambassadors of the game, being statesmen, etc. I think if you're going to Australia, you have to take panga with them, be in their face, give those really caustic press conferences, sledge them, banter them, do all of that stuff. Because if you play the game like nice people, right, there will be a repeat of November 19th. That Australia is going to be all over us. So those are the 5 wish list items that we have. which is bat 25, stay away, kill the tail, take your catches, take panga. And coming back to color red and the anger and the frustration from the 0-3 whitewash, yes, a lot of questions about Rohit's captaincy, his decision to why did he have to bat first on cloudy conditions in Bangalore. Gambhir's early coaching has not been that great. But if I were to bring out 2 or 3 important points or key moments in the series where I think we lost the plot, one was the fact that we allowed Rachin, Ravindra and Southee to add around 160, 170 runs when we had them 5 or 6 down in Bangalore. I think that is where I think we lost the plot, and that partnership cost us a lot. The second place I think where we lost it, besides our poor show of spin, was that when I say poor show of spin, I mean not just poor show with the ball, with the spin. In certain games, Ashwin was really not at his best. But I'm talking about our ability to not play out spin. Was the fact that we didn't really capitalize on big partnerships. If you remember, Sarfaraz and Pant had put up a very nice partnership in Bangalore, but as soon as they got out, the rest of the team couldn't really capitalize. Same thing happened in the last test as well. We had Gill and Pant doing well, and once they got out, the others couldn't capitalize. So I think not being able to capitalize and batting out 2 to 3 sessions, one pair batting out 2 to 3 sessions is what cost us. And lastly, a very unique thing I noticed is that usually when we lose to teams, there is usually 1 or 2 players who tend to dominate the entire series. We've had Alistair Cook in 2012, we've got Steve Smith bothering us, we've got Nathan Lyon and on the others. But this is a very unique loss, the whitewash, where every single test, someone or the other different was standing up for New Zealand. You've got Rachin Ravindra in the Bangalore test, and the Pacers. In the second test, of course, it was Mitch Santner. And just when we thought that, hey, Santner is not there for Wankhede is injured, we got Will Young stepping up and Ejaz Patel, of course, doing well. So yeah, that was the 0-3 whitewash. A sort of a bitter pill for the fans, but I think in the long run, it's something which was long overdue. Our team has had many an escape from the jail, because we've had either Ashwin, Jadeja or Aksar, or even Jurel in the recent past, somehow stepping up and saving us from those embarrassing losses. This series, just because the Ashwin, Jadeja and there was no Akshar were not around or they didn't do well, is where our batting got exposed. And now I think with some good fresh look, hopefully we're able to do well back home. And one personal request for BCCI, please stop making rank turners. So anyway guys, getting all excited for the India-Australia series. All the best to Team India. We'll keep putting up more content.